Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In this episode, which is the second episode of our Next.js and Tailwind CSS series, we are going to implement some beautiful things. Let me show you. This is like what we are going to implement is custom list box, and you can see it is working. We can select everything and it is so beautiful. So we will implement something like this, and we create a new route for it. So the route would be a slash singular slash select box, and here we create a component for it. This is the final component. We created that. You can see it, and when it is open, you can choose any one. It will be shown here, and this button bar would be closed. And also when it is open, you can click everywhere outside of this box and it will be closed automatically. Also, using this created component, you will create two different useful components. The first one is this user area, and we can create some user area. We can use, I simply create an span with the user area, but you can use your image here, and we can have different roads here. You can see on the bottom. So I can create a user dashboard. You can see that it will move us to the slash user slash dashboard. It is not found, so we go to the not found page, but it's not a problem. And also we can use different roads here. For example, slash user slash friends, logout slash out slash logout, and it is working completely true. And also we can have another custom select box for our languages. You can see that this is it, and it has this different flags. For the flags, we can use this icon. It's the flag icons, and you can see that how we can use it. That's it. So by selecting the first one, we can go to the slash en, and by the next one, you can go to the slash fa. So these are flags for the United States and Iran. You can use any flag you want or any text, for example, an span instead of this, or let me show you here. You can use both of them. Here I have two of them, a span and an icon. You can use both of them. And this is, in my opinion, this is so useful in your project. And also it is, let me show you, it is responsive. So if you go into this part, you can see that it is it. And also if you go to the home page, you can see that this is working, and also this is working, and that's it. So true. Okay, so good. This is it. So this is the output of this video, and if you are ready, let's continue. So let's start by using our Git repository. We created this repository on previous episode. We created the main branch and branch v1. Okay, let's copy this and go to drive F, open a new terminal or command environment, and I say git clone this address to clone it. Okay, let's open this with VS Code, and that's it. So the first thing is we need to have another branch for this session. So when you are watching this video, the main may be updated on the next sessions, but you will have access to all of these current codes if you want to go with me. So make sure to create a new branch here, create a new branch from. And for this episode, we are on episode 2. So choose this v1. So we want to create new branch from this. And the branch name would be episode 2. This is it. So we created the branch of episode 2 and we're working on this. So let's simply install packages by using npm I. We need the node module. You know that we need this because node module isn't saving on the Git repositories. That's it. So let's say npm run dev to see the current codes and start. Okay, localhost 3000. Let's have this in the right side, and let's have this on the left side. That's it. So we created this on episode 1, and this is our structure. So we have this menu and we want to work on it. So let's start. The first thing is I want to create a new page for my component. So let's go to the components and main layout here, We want to change it a little. Let me show you. We want to have a create a new inside this singular. What's this singular? Okay, we want to create a sub menu for this. So let's cut all of this and create a new division and paste them inside of this divisions format document. And inside of the li we have a division, and on the button we have a ul with an li. Okay, and inside this li I want to have two different sections, a link and an icon. So let's import our icon. Our icon is si. So I say si single si. Why it is not recognized? Okay, si single store. This is it. So inside of li, first let's have this icon, then let's have a link, and this link is for our select box. This is the label of it, and for the href you can use any address you want. I want to have this row singular slash select box. This is it. So we need to create this row. First let's see the this is, you can say this, so weird. Let's change the little. So here let's change this flex to flex column on the first step. Okay, now everything is good. And so this is the flex column. Justify a start is good, but this time for the items we must use a start to be on the left side. And no, it is good. And for the top division we can use flex, and this is a flex row, and the justify content is a start from the left, and align items of center for my document. Okay, now this is it. And also let's have a width of full to have the full width of its parent. That's so good. And for now I think this is good. So this is the top. For the button, which is this ul, we need to have some classes. So let's have some separation from its top. We can use margin left of 8 and margin top of 4. So we have some space. That's so good. And for the li, we can use flex again. So let's have flex and justify content of center and align items of center and a gap of 4. That's good. So this is it. And I think gap 3 can be better. So on the feature we will change this and make this to a component, but for now it is good, and we have this link. You can see that it is 404 for now, but this is not a problem. Let's wait for it. Okay, refresh to be sure that everything is compiled successfully. Now we have the select box. Okay, this is it. So let's create a route for the select box and use it. So I want to create a new route. Let's copy this, and inside of app I create a new folder. I say this is singular, and inside of it I want to have this row. So create another folder with name of select box, and inside of it we have a page.jsx. So this page.js will be our route. Let's say RAFCE. If you're asking what is this, on previous episode we saw that I'm using ES7. Let me show you ES7 plus. I'm using this ES7 plus React Redux, and this lets me to create new component using RAFCE. Okay, so let's change this by pressing Ctrl D. We select this tree page and we say that this is my select box page. This is my select box page. And inside this division, let's have some class names. I copy some class names for you. You can see that you can use these classes for all of your page, or any class you want. I use these classes. It is inside of the repository on the README, so you can use this. So for the classes, I say that bg white, rounded lg, margin x of 4, and padding of 4. Let's check the result. If I go to the select box, this must be here. Okay, let's refresh. And you can see that this has these classes. So let's delete this and create a new h1. This is select box page. Okay, and let's have some br. Okay, now I want to create a new component inside of this page, because this page.jsx, you can use all of your classes here, but I prefer to create a new component. So you can use, let me show you, you can use the main component folder, or you can use exactly here inside of the select box. You can create your components. I want to create this here because this is not very general for now. This is for this page for now. So inside of select box, we have a page.jsx. I create a new folder here. I say components, and here I create a new file named, for example, custom select box.jsx, custom select box.jsx. So good. And I say RAFCE to create my component. So I created this, and now I can import my new component here, custom select box. You can see it is imported from ./component/custom select box. So let's close this page. I don't need it anymore, and also this main layout. So this is it. So we created this component and we will use it here. And inside of custom select box, we want to have some different sections. And if we go here into the headless UI to see what is the plan of us, you can see that this is some Tailwind classes. We want to create this. You can see that we need to have two different parts, a top and a bottom. Okay, so we are going to do this, and we need to have an state to control the open and close, and also we can select something. So we need to have another state to work on it. Okay, so we need to use two states. We will do this. The first thing is, what is the list of the items I want to work? We can create an item for each of them, or we can have a better way. Create an array and loop over it. This is a React standard method, so we'll do this. First thing is, let's have a const cities. I want to have a list to work for it, to work on it. So I say I have Tehran city, and I have Shiraz, and let's say I have Yazd, Mashhad, and Isfahan. Okay, so this is a list of some cities from Iran, format document. Now I have this list, I want to work on it. So inside of the division, we can have two different divisions, a top and bottom. This is it. Let's create our states first to see the structure of it. So I want to have two different states, const of selected city and set selected city equals to a use state of the first one, which is Tehran. Or you can use any name you want. There's no difference between them. So this is one of my states. And also let's have another state for the open and set open. And we want to have an state, and the default value is false. Okay. Now it says that you are importing a component that needs use state and work on a client component. It's right, because we need to say this is use client. We say use client to say that this is a client component and format document. No, we don't have any error. You can see that I have this. Okay. Now I created my states, and for the top one, I can simply say that here you need to have a span, and you need to show the selected city here inside of this. Okay, this is Tehran for now. And also I want to have an icon here. So let's import our icons. I want to import an icon from React icons /bs, and I need to use a bs chevron expand I want to use this icon here after this span. That's it. Okay, format document. So good. And also here on the button, I want to have two different sections for each item. So the first thing is we need to render our items. So I say my cities dot map, and I receiving an item for each one, and for each one I will create a new division, and this division have a key of item. That's it. And inside of it, I want to have two different sections. The first one is a span, and I want to show this item here. Okay, now you can see it. And also we have another icon here, so we need to show it. So inside of this division, we need to have another icon. Let's import it. So let's copy this, and on the top we say that we need to import something from AI. And what is it? We need to import AI outline check. That's it. You can see how cool it is to work with React icons. And before this span, let's have this. So let's check it. Okay, now you can see that I have anything, but now I want to work on my classes. So far so good. Let's format document. Now we have two different sections. Now let's work on our classes. We have our states and we have our classes. And so for the main division, we need to use some class names. For example, bg gray of 100. I say this is a flex. It is a flex column. The direction would be column. And for justify content, I use center. And for align items, also I use center. And for the width, we can use, let's say, you can use any width you want, 64. I think that's not bad. Or you can use W fit to be on your content, but I think with 64 for now is good. Let's format document. We can then change it to what we want. And for the next division, which is this the top division, this is it. We need to have some class names. So we need to have a name and an icon. Okay, so the flex would work here. So we say this is a flex, but the direction is flex row. We need to use a justify content of between and the line items of center. Let's see. Okay, that's so good. And let's have a BG of white. This is better for it. And also let's have a width of 48. And okay, now it is good. Let's have margin y of 2 and a padding of 2. And also let's have a rounded LG to use border radius for it. This is better. And let's have a cursor of pointer because we want to click on this. Format document. Okay, so this is for the top one. Okay, now you can see that this is so good. You can see that how easy it is to use Tailwind classes. Yeah, that's it. So we created this, and for this color, this is the AI. This BS chevron expand. Let's have a gray color for it. So we say that text gray of 400 and format document. Okay, now it is better. And the next thing is when we want to work on this, but when we open on this must be hidden. And open and close. Okay, so we need to use an unclick for this division. So let's press enter. And here I say that on clicking on the top side, you need to change the open. So let's say that on clicking, you need to change the set open and receive the previous value and not of the previous value. So if it is open, it will go to the close, and if it is closed, it goes to the open. So format document, you can see that on the initial state it is false, then it changed between false and true using this command. That's so good. And after this, we have another division on the bottom. So for this, we want to change it conditionally based on the open. So for the class names, instead of this double quotations, I use a curly brace and backtick to have access to JavaScript. So let's do this. The first thing is I say that this is a flex and a flex column, because I have some different items. That's so good. Let's have a BG of white for them, for these divisions, so good. And let's have a width of 48 like the top. Okay, much more better. And let's have a margin y of 2 and a rounded of LG for this division. Now you can see that. Okay, so good. Format document. And now I want to change it conditionally based on the open state. This is so easy. We have done this using this button on our previous episode. Now we are using exactly the same. Okay, so here we want to access to JavaScript. We open, we say $, curly braces. And here we say that if the open is true, do something else, do something else. Okay, so if it is open, you need to have the opacity of 100, okay, and a height of auto to be shown. Else, if it is not, you need to have the opacity of 0 and a height of 0. This is it. So let's refresh and check it. So based on the open, this must have different values. So if I click on Tehran, you can see that this is showing and it is closing. This is so good for now. Let's have some transition for it to be better. So I say that the transition is all, and let's have a duration of 200. That's so good. And also, because we want to, let me show you, because we want to have this BG colors, we can use overflow of hidden for this. So after this, we say that your overflow would be hidden. And let's format document. Okay, this was the classes for now for the top divisions. Okay, so this is for the parent. In order to be sure, if I use a BG of red of 500, you can see that, oops, if I say BG red 500, you can see that this is this div. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to the next part, and inside of this cities, we're creating some different divisions, and for any division you want to have a class name. So let's say that you have a key, okay, and for the class name, because again I want to use dynamic classes, I can use curly brace and backticks. Okay, so for these classes we can say that each one of these divisions is a flex. Okay, no, it's so good. And justify content is a start, to start from the left, and align items is center. And let's have a gap of x of 2 between them. Okay, so good. And let's have a padding x of 2 to be inside of it. Okay, and let's have a padding y of 1. Okay, so good. And also I say that on hover, I want you to have the BG orange of 100 for my document. Now you can see. And if I didn't, you can see that I don't have any overflow. If I don't use this overflow hidden, let me show you. This is the reason we used it. Okay, now you can see that we have overflow in this parts on this edge, but we don't need it. So using this overflow of hidden, everything will be hidden. Every overflow. That's so good. So after this hover, we can use a cursor of pointer because we want it to be clickable. Okay, no, so good. Now it is time to work on our dynamic classes, and we say that you can see that I am receiving an item for each one. Also, I have a selected city, and here you can see that when something is selected, when we open it, it has some backgrounds. Okay, so this is what I want to do here on this class. You can see that I'm on the cities.map, and for each division I want to say that if the selected city equals to the item, have some classes, else nothing. Okay, and if it was the item was like the selected city, you can have the BG orange of 100. Let's format document. Okay. Just to remember, I'm using Pret here. Let me show you. I highly recommend it to code formatting. Pret is a good tool. Please use it so your code is much more cleaner. And that's it. So we say that if it was like the selected city, you need to have the BG orange of 100. So refresh. When we open this, you can see that Tehran have BG orange. If I click on this, it is not selecting yet, but we will work on it. So everything is selected and it has the BG orange of 100. That's so good. The next thing is for the this tick. For this tick, we want to show it based on the selecting. Okay, like this. You can see everything is selected. It has it. And let's work on this. So for this item, for this icon, we need to have some class name, and this must be dynamic based on the selected city. Okay, so let's say that you always have the text orange of 100, and based on the this selected city equals to item, based on this condition, if it was, you need to have something else, you need to have something. So if I say that if selected city equals to item, you can have the display of block, else you can have display of none. Let's check it, format document. We said that for this tick item, we're saying that if selected city equals to item, your display can be block, else your display can be hidden. Let me show you this is not good and this is not working. Why? Okay, no, the color is okay. This must be something like 400 to be shown because the background, okay, it was like the background. Okay, no, this is 300 is better, I think. Yes, so this is not good because when you're using display hidden, everything would be removed from your DOM and this is not good. We can use opacity. So instead of this, we can say that your opacity can be 100, else your opacity can be 0. This is better. So with the opacity, it has the space in the DOM. Refresh. Okay. Now you can see that the place is reserved. That's so good and it is working completely true. So this was for it. And the next thing is when we are clicking on these items, you can see here that this button would be closed, this button division, and also the selected will be changed. You can see this is it. So let's do this, and for any of these divisions after this key, we can have an unclick. Okay, and in this unclick, we can say that you need to have two different works. The first thing is please change the selected city to the item, so it would be changed. Also change the set open to false. Okay, that's it for my document. No, I think this must work. Let's check it again. And you can see that if I click on yes, okay, this would be closed and the yes would be selected. And when open this, you can see that yes is the default selected and it has the tick and has the background. If I choose Shiraz, it is working completely true. That's so good. But now we have another problem. Let me show you here. When you click on this and this division is open, it would change the height and this is not good. Let's say that we want to use this here to have the user area select box, and when we clicking this, then the brand and the logo, the navbar, everything we have here would be expanded more, and this is not so good. So this is not what we want and we need to change it. How we can do this? We need to change the display of this to be something else. So this is what we are going to do now. For the bottom division, let me show you here. So we have two different divisions, okay, top and bottom. For this bottom division, we need to have slightly different classes. So for this, we want to have another okay, for this division, the bottom division, we have some class name of these. And so I think we have a problem here because, okay, this is wrong because this is just the dynamic part, so we need to change it. These parts must be outside of our dynamic part. So this is, let me show you quickly here. Okay, so this is my dynamic part. In order to show you completely, I'm working on this. So this is the dynamic part. Okay, if it is open, it has opacity of 100 and height of auto. Else we have the opacity of 0 and height of 0. Okay, that's it. And after this, we need to have our classes of transition, all duration 200, and this is. So let's format document. Okay, now you can see it. If this is the dynamic part, and we say that if it's open, use opacity of 100 and height of auto, else opacity of 0 and height of 0. After this, we have transition all, duration 200, and overflow of hidden. That's so good. So let's work on this. After this, the overflow of hidden, we can say that for this, the position would be absolute. Okay, absolute. Okay, and for the top you can have 4 rem or 16, and for the left you can have the 0. Okay, and for my document, so that's it. But you can see that it is working, but it goes to the up because the position of absolute needs a relative parent to be absolute on it. So what we can do, this is the parent. Okay, this division is the parent. So after this width of 64, we can say that your position is relative, so the absolute would be stick on you. Yes, it is working. So for my document, now you can see that it is not affecting the height of everything, and this is completely independent. No, it is so good. Okay, and this is not on the this is on the center, but this is not on the center because we need this to be exactly on the left as this. So let's change this a little, and instead of width of 64, let's say width of feet. Okay, now it is working, and wait for it. No, I think everything is working correctly, and Tehran, Shiraz, Isfahan. Okay, everything now is good in my opinion, and we just want to have another functionality for it. So when we are opening this, if we click somewhere else, it would be closed, and this is what we need to implement. So we need to have a place to click on it. Okay, in order to doing this, it is simple. Let's close this, and let's close all of this. So we have a division, we need to have another division, and when we click on it, it would be clicked, and it would close this state. Let's have another division outside of this division, and because we cannot use two different divisions without any parent in React and Next.js, we use a fragment simply, and we wrap the fragment around these two divisions. So for my document, okay, now I have another division, and for the class names of this division, I can simply say that you can have a, for now, let's see it. It is a BGSky of 500, and the position is important. It is fixed, and you need to use top 0, left 0, right 0, and bottom 0. In CSS, we have inset of 0, it works it. So we can simply say that inset 0, and instead of 0, you know that it has left, but left 0, right 0, top 0, and bottom 0. Okay, that's it. And after this, let's have the opacity of 500 to see everything. Okay, now you can see it. Now, if I click on this, I can say that close this. But the problem is when this is on the top, we cannot click on everything because this is on the top. You know that in CSS, we can use Z index to handle this. So I say that your Z index can be, let's say, 0. And for the top division, we can say that your Z index can be 30. Okay? Now, this has the priority, this division. Now you can see it. This is behind this division. Okay, now we can work on it, and also this is available. So for this division, we can say that if someone clicked on you, so you can simply set the open to false. Okay, format. That's it. Wait for it. So if anyone click on this, it will close. Let me show you. If this, no, this is open, and if I click on this, the open would change. So good. And the next thing is we don't want it to be shown when it is closed. So let's have dynamic class. Again, unclick and class name for this division. Let's cut everything from here and again change it to dynamic and paste the classes. And we say that on the dynamic part, we say that if it is open, if the open state is true, your display would be black, else your display would be hidden. I don't want you to be on the DOM. So for my document, no, it is it. So if you format, okay, you can see that when we are clicking on this, this would be shown, and when it is closed, the open is false, this would not be shown. So good, and it is working. So now let's know that we saw it. Let's change this BG sky to 100. This is better, and also we can use BG grays, much more standard. Okay, refresh. Okay, now you can see that we have a simple below here. You can use any color you want, or you can also use no color. It depends on you and your business logic. So if you click everywhere, it would be closed, and this is the priority of Z index of 30. So it would be shown when it is open. This is the place we can work on it. So good. I think for now it is okay. And we can, okay, I think nothing is weird. It is working completely as I want. So let's have a commit for this, and let's go here, press this to see the structure. Okay, so main layout, we have this change here, so good. Page.js, which created this, and custom select box. Okay, so we say fit for the feature, add what? Let's copy the name from here, add custom select box. Okay, so this is for the commit message. Press this and this and this. Okay, and commit, publish branch. So this is our new branch for this episode, the second episode. Okay, now everything must be on the yes. You can see that if I refresh, it is detected automatically. It says that episode 2 had recent pushes less than a minute ago, compare and pull request, and we have episode 2. So good. So let's continue. We created this, let's go to the home page. We created a select box here, and inside of this select box, we created this beautiful custom select box. It is independent, you can see it, and it is working completely true. And if you go to the app singular select box page, or this is its page, and inside of components, this is it. So here you can work. Let's close this and open the top division, and this is it. So here on the cities, you are using onClick, and here you can change anything you want, and also you can use, for example, redirect your user or do anything like logout or anything you want. That's it. So it is selected. The next thing is we want to have a user part, a user area here, and use exactly the same component and handle it. Let's do this. So in order to doing this, we need to change the little. So let's go to the component. Now you can see that we have a main layout. This was the main layout for us. And also we have a main header. So inside of main layout, we use this main header. And this is my main header. No, the program is developing, so we need to have different folder structure. So inside of components, I want to have some changes. Let's create a new folder and name for layout, and let's let's move this main header and main layout to the layout folder. It is better. Okay, now you can see that these two go there, and we need to change. We need to go to the app, to the layout.js, and change the import from the new road. But you can see that it is done automatically in next.js. It is so good. So it handled automatically by the next.js, and it changed the main layout road from @/component/layout/main layout. So good. Now let's go to the components, and inside of this layout, inside of main header, I want to have a user area. So where was the user area? Here. So here I want to create a new component. So instead of this, let's create a new component and import it here. So inside of my layout, I say that I want to have, in fact, you know what, let's copy from here and change it. It is easier. So inside of select box component, we copy this custom select box, and inside of layout, we paste it here. Okay. So custom select box, we need to change the name to anything you want. For example, instead of custom select box, I can say user area select box, or any name you want. So this is user area select box. Let's copy the name. Control C, okay, and let's close this custom select box, and here I want to change the name. So const of user area select box is this, and export default of user area select box. Now let's import this inside of the main header. I say that user area select box. Okay, you can see it. I created inside of a division because the main division is flex, so it is better to have it inside of a division in order to being better categorized. So now it is it, and you can see that it is imported this user area from /user area selected box. This is it. So let's go to the user area select box and have our changes. So the first thing is I want to have different structure inside of this. So let's change a little. Instead of const of cities, I want to have another structure. So here I want to have some actions. Okay. And for these actions, I delete everything. I want to have different items and loop on them. Okay, so every item has an ID, and every item must have a label, and also every item must have a route. Okay, so for the first one, we say that you are user dashboard for your label, and for the route, you can say that you can go to the /users /dashboard. Okay, this is the first one. So the next one would be transactions and /user/transactions, or anything you want. The next one would be tree, and after transactions we can say, for example, user orders and orders. This is just a simple example. You can use anything you want. So for the let's say friends and /users/friends. And for the next one, we can have, let's say, logout. And for the path, we say that it goes to the /auth/logout. Okay, so this route is different. So let's format document. No, I have these actions. Okay, and this time, because all of them are routes, I don't want to have any selected or anything else. I don't want to select anything, so I don't need to use this state. I delete it. And let's go here and change everything. So this time inside of my, let's show you here. Okay, we have two divisions, and these divisions, okay, everything is good. So this time I don't want to have, let's go here to the top one. So I have a flex of column. I don't want to use this bg for now. Let's delete this. And I have a flex column. Okay, justify of center and line items of center. Okay. And I don't want this width of fit. This must be automatically handled, and the relative and Z13. Okay, we are on another division for now. So let's go to the next one. We have another division here, and here this on click set open and previews and not previews must work. So good. And for the class name, this time I don't want to have two different steps, so I just want to have a span. I don't want to this item, so I delete this item, and here I don't have any selected city. I simply say this is a, your label is always a user area, or you can use image of your user here or anything you want. You can see that this is the template. So instead of this span, you can also use an image. Okay, so this is it. And because of this, I don't want to use the flex because I don't have anything else. Flex will justify between item center. I don't need them. You can use BG white, but I don't want it because I have already BG white on my nav bar. The width, I don't want to change this width. This must be based on its parent. You can use margin white 2, padding 2, rounded. And in fact, you know what? I don't need this margin white because I'm using absolute and it is not needed here. And cursor pointer is good. And because we don't have the BG, we don't use this rounded LG. So format document. No, you can see that we used exactly the same structure, but we edited it. Okay, and this is it. So this is the user area span, and for its the user area for this span, we can have some classes. For example, border 2 and a border below of 600, and have some padding and a rounded of LG, so it is shown better. That's it. So this is for the first one. For the next division, which is inside of it, first thing is we need to delete every selected city. Okay, so let's delete the selected city because we don't have selected city. We have some errors, you can see that. So let's delete the selected city, and here selected city, let's delete this dynamic classes. Okay, and also here let's delete this selected city. Okay, so format document. So good. And after this, we don't have the cities, it is actions for now. Let's say that actions.map, and on it map, you will say that your key is item. Okay, on click OK. So we don't want to use this AI outline check, we don't need it anymore. And we have an span for now. We say that your item dot label must be shown here. So format document, because no, our items are objects. Okay, and this is it. So do we have any error? Refresh. For now, we don't have any errors. So good. If you can see that this is the top one. This is my top one, and with a span. Okay, and by clicking it, it is working. So good. We have the BG, we can click on it, we have it. So we need to have a little changes. Okay, this is so good. This is my user area. Okay, let's continue. So here inside of this down, we have flex column, BG white, W of 48, and on the LG, and on the open we say opacity, everything is okay, transition okay, everything is okay. But let's have the top of, must be closer, so top of 12. Wait for it. Okay, it is better. And instead of left, we can use right, because now we have different positions. Okay, so for the right, we can use 0. Now you can see that it is much more better. And that's it. But because this is on the nav bar, let's have some background here. So instead of this BG white, we can use BG sky of 200 to see it better. Okay, no, it is so much more better. And instead of, I think W40 must be better. It is too big. Okay, no, it is better. And I don't, you know what? So let's continue. So I changed the background to 200, and we can also have 100. I think it's better. Okay, so good. and W of 40, rounded LG, okay, opacity, everything, okay, transition, okay, overflow hidden, position absolute, top and right, that's so good. So let's go down. And here on this division, we say that your key, okay, on click, you need to change set open, okay. For the class names, you have the flex, justify start. So here we can say center, it is better because this is a different component. Okay, everything is center, it is much better. And align item of center is okay. So because I have just one item, I don't want to have the gap. Okay, I don't want to have this padding of 2. I don't need them. But no, I think the padding was good. So we can say that let's have padding of 2 for everyone. Okay, better. And okay, no, because we have the background of a sky of 100, we can say that on hover, you can have BG of a sky of, let's say 300 or 200, and cursor pointer is good. Okay, now it is better. Now you can see that we don't have any overflow. That's so good. So let's format document, and that's it. And what do we need to change again? Okay, we don't have any problem here. So good. And here, these items, we want to change this span. So I want to have a link in order to use it. So link must come from next/link. You can see that this is it. Import link from next/link. It is imported automatically, but if it isn't, you need to import it manually. So what is the href? So this href is dynamic, and it is coming from item dot route. You can see this is the way we work with dynamic routes. Here we change them. Here we can use this way and map over them. Okay, so this is it. So everyone is a link, and its href is item dot route, and the label is item dot label, and that's it. You can see, so good. Yeah, and also you can use rounded for each one, but I think this is good for now. We can use it. So format document, and let's go down. Do we need to change anything? No, it is the index of 0, then it's of 30. Okay, everything is good. I think this is completed, and let's refresh. Okay, now I have a user area, and you can see that if I click on this, it will be open, and I have the background. I can click on this, it will be closed, and I can choose anyone. And let's go back because, okay, everything is a road. You can see on the bottom left, everything is a road, but we don't have this road, so it would go to the, if I say transaction, it will go to the 404. So good. Let's handle 404, and before that, let's delete these two. Okay, and I think this is working good, and it is completed. So let's have another commit. So let's go here and close this. Okay, so I say that in layout it is changed. Okay, I have these new components inside of this layout. Everything is okay, and I deleted this. Okay, yes, we changed the location. So I say that feed. What we added in this section, we added this. Let's copy the name from here. So we say that feed added user area select box. Okay, let's commit. That's it. And sync. Okay, so let's check everything by creating a new page for the not found. So in the app directory, you can use not found. So let's create a not found.js or JSX, and here I say RFCE. Okay, the name is not like this, it is not found, and for my document. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, now let's go to the home page. Okay, we are on home page, so good. If I go to select box, everything is okay. And if I go to somewhere which is not, let me show you here for the class name of this, I use a BG of red of 300, and We have an H1 with not found. So if I go to anywhere, I want this to be shown. So if I go to these transactions, you can see that it is user transaction. It is not imported. It is not created yet. So we receive this not found. Okay, but there are some little bugs in this new version of Next.js. You can see that it is refreshing automatically. So I searched a lot about this. It seems that they have some issues with this not found, and we can handle this by catching dynamically and change it. So let's do this. So inside of this app, you can see you can create a new folder with a dynamic rows. So we say that dot not found, and here we create a new page.jsx, and here we say RAFCE, and this is a not found page. Okay, let's have a class name of bg green 300. So I delete this not found.jsx, and what I've done inside of app, I created a new folder with this name, curly braces not found, and page.jsx, and I created this. Let's have an h1, and for the class name I have, let's say, text green of 500, and change this to 200 format document. So let's go to the home page. Okay, and if I go to somewhere which is not exist, I need to go here. You can see that it is created, but no, it is not refreshing. It doesn't have any problems. This seems to be a bug in new versions of Next.js, and we need to check it later. So we created a general not found page, and if I go anywhere, for example, friends, it not exist, we will go to the not found page. So good. Now you can see that it is working. So good. Okay, so we created a not found page. So let's add it. So we say fit add general not found page. Okay, so commit sync to push to the server. So let's have another place here. We want to have some custom select box for changing the language of our site. Okay, let's do this, and we can see that we can again use these classes. Let's do this. So let's go to the components, and inside of this main header, you can see that I have a brand. Let me show you here. So I have here I have a division. This is a brand, and I have another division on the right side. We use justify between. So inside of this, the right side, I have a division which is a 4 bars. It's it, and I have another users area select box. It's it, and I want to have another division. Let's do this. So before this, I want another division here, and here I want to create my component. So let's do this. I here copy the exactly user area select box. I want to copy this. So Control C, and here let's copy, and here so this is it. So we need to change its name. So we say that this time this is okay, language select box. Okay, let's copy the name, and let's close everything. So inside of main header, I created a new language select box. Okay, well, let's import it here. So language select box. No, it is not imported. Let's change its name here. So let's change the name of the component here. Okay, now the component name is language select box, and here it must be recognized. Okay, language select box. It is imported automatically from /language select box. So good. Let's close the main header. Okay, the next thing is we want to work on this. So you can see that this is exactly the same like it, and we have the functionality, just we need to change it. Okay, so the first thing is we need to have 2 different languages for our site. So instead of this, I delete everything, and I say this time I have languages. For each language, I want to have an ID, which is, let's say, 1, and what is its flag? It must be something. And what is the route? By clicking this, I want to change my route to another way. So the first one is /en for the English, and the next one is /fa for Persian or Farsi. So in order to use the flags, let's change it. This is flag. You need to use flag, some SVG icons for your flags. There are a package. It is flag icons. This is it. Okay, let's go to its GitHub. Its GitHub, it says that you can use it like, let's do this npm install flag icons, copy, and view terminal. Okay, Control C, CLS. Okay, npm I flag icons. That's it. It is installing. Next, it says that you need to import the CSS. So import it like this. Let's import it inside of. It must be imported globally or where we want. Okay, so let's check it first here inside of just this component, and if it isn't working, we can import it on our global layout. Let me show you here. If we import it inside of layout.js, it will import it automatically to all of our project, but we don't need it there. We just need it inside of this component. So let's import this here, and then we check if we have any problem or not. Okay, so we imported the file of CSS. Okay, next it says that, or use CDN. Okay, okay, this is it. It says that you can use an span, okay, like this. So if I use this span, let's check it quickly. Let's say npm run dev, and I copy this span. Okay, and I go to the home page, which is page.js6. Here, if I paste this span and I check, let's see if it's working or not. Refresh. I think we have error for no. Yes, of course we have error because of this action. Let's simply comment this for no. So comment this language select box to avoid the errors. Okay. If I go to the home page for now, so this is it. You can see that this is that span. And for example, if I use a span with class of fi and fi US, this must be United States, and if I IR, this must be Iran. Okay, you can see it. So this is the way we want to work. We need to have a span with these classes. Okay, this is. So let's delete this and close this page and go back to here, uncomment language select box, go back to language select box. So this is it. And we can have these classes and add them to the span. So for the first one, we can say that it is fi and fi US. And for the next one, can have the classes of fi and fi-ir. By the way, you can go back there. You can, inside of this flag icons.lipis.dev, you can search for all of the countries you want, and you can add, for example, AI is Anguilla, AO, AR is Argentina, and all of them. Okay, so let's go here. This is my languages. Okay, so first let's go here and let's close the top. Again, we don't need to have any selected thing. We just need to change the route. So this is it. So in the button, we say that this time instead of this action, we say my actions, it is languages. So we receive an item. For each one, we have a division with key of item. On click, we say set open false, okay. Class names, it's okay. And we have a link with href of item row. Okay. Instead of this, inside of this link, I say I have a span, and the class name is dynamic. It is the item dot, what was the name? It was flag. Okay, so we say item dot flag and format document. Let's check, do we have any error or not? Wait for it. So if I wait for it, okay, now you can see that it is working. And this is not a user area. This must have a globe icon. So let's do this. On the top, here I don't want to have user area, so I delete this, and instead of user area I want to have a globe icon. So let's import the icon, and I say that import something from, again, React icons. You can see how powerful React icon it is, and it has a lot of things. So from React icons BS, I want to import BS globe Americas. This is it. Copy, and inside of the span, paste it for my document. So this is it. Now you can see that it is here, but this border is weird, so we don't need this border 2 and border below. Delete. And also we don't have this padding 1, we don't need it. And also we don't need the rounded LG because we don't use the border. Just we say that you can have a text of 2XL, and for my document, refresh. Okay, now you can see that it is here, and we can choose it. You can see that when I clicking, I have this background. So good, and it is working correctly. You can see that also the roads are working. So if I press this America, it goes to /EN, and if I click on Iran, it goes to /FA. So good. Let's go to the home. Just we can have some different changes inside of these classes. So let's check it, and again here, let's check everything. So flex column, justify center, item center, relative, everything is okay. And on this division, we have the P2 cursor pointer, okay, text to XL, okay. So the top division is okay. Just for the bottom divisions, let's have some little change. For example, this time we can use another BG. For example, BG of red, BG orange, BG green. Let's say orange. So this would be different. If it is working or not. BG, okay, orange. Okay. Okay, so good. And we can have BG orange, and its width can be different because we don't have a lot of weight. Okay, it is better. Width of 16, and we don't need this margin because everything is on the absolute and relative. So good. And we have rounded LG, and on this open, it is it exactly. And for the transition, all okay, okay, everything is okay. Top 12, and okay, but because we have this right, and this is it, because we want them to be different, we can use a different right. For example, right of 8 would be much more better. Okay, no, everything is different, so good. Okay, and okay, these two are separate from each other. And let's check everything. Language.map, okay, keys item.id, on click, set open false. Okay, and here for these classes, you can use flex, justify center, item center, okay, padding of 2, and okay, padding 2 is good. And on hover, we can say that because this is an orange, you can also again use the orange. Okay, so wait for it. Okay, now you can see that BG is orange 100, and on hover we have BG orange. This is better, BG orange 13, and that's it. And I think this must work completely true. Okay, so I think everything is completed, and let's check it again. Okay, 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 let's have another comment. Sorry, another comment. So we added flag icons. Okay, again, and on main header we added this. Okay, and we added this. So let's copy the name of this, and here we say that fit add language select box, commit, push. Okay, so this is it. I think everything is okay. Let's do the final check and finish this episode. So what we have done, let's go to the home page. Okay, we are on home page, refresh. Okay, we created a new UL inside of this singular. So the select box created. This is /singular/select box. And here we created a page with a component. In this component, we created this. You can see by selecting, it is working correctly. That's it. Everything is okay. And also inside of our main header, we created these two different sections, a user area and a language area. So in this user area, you can also use your image like this, my image, you can use it. But I simply created this. This is an span, you can change it with anything you want. So this is a user area. We have user dashboard, transactions, orders, friends, logout. You can see here on the bottom left, you can see that everything has its own road. For example, clicking on this must go to the slash user slash dashboard. For now, it is a not found page, but it's not a problem for us. And the business logic is working completely through. So this go to user transactions, slash users slash orders, slash users slash friends, and slash out slash logout. So you can see that this is dynamically working and it's so good. And also I go to the home. If I click on the next one, it has different background, different hover, and you can have a name like let me show you in select box. You can also have this tick and this name. You can have another span inside of it. Now you are aware of this, but simply I use the flag. So this is for the English. You can see that if I click on this, I will go to the slash en, which is not exist for now, so it says not found. And if I click on this, it will go to the slash fa, which is also not found for now, but it's not a problem. Our business logic is working. So this is it for this episode. You can see that by following the Tailwind CSS classes and the CSS rules that we know already, we can create anything we want. And you saw that we created two parts, which is really too important for us in another project. So you know that how you can simply add them to your projects, and you don't need to use so different packages like material UI and design or anything you want. Also, I'm not saying that they are not good. I'm just saying that if in any project you just want to have a custom select box, you can use these components. And also, you saw that first we created inside of the singular slash select box, we created this component and then we changed it based on our environment, and you saw that the logic is the same. So far, so good. So this is it. I hope this video helps you. Please let me know if there is any opinion, any comment, and like this video and leave some comments for me. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if it is useful, please give a star to the GitHub repository so I know that you love these tutorials and I will continue them better. So have a good time and goodbye.